koala. Koala.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we got a cover request by a person named Ramen Maru. Surprisingly, no ramen in the image. Instead, we just have koalas eating eucalyptus leaves on a table with the real koala. Sabo's in the background as well. And it's kind of cool. Do you like koalas?
Nah.
Yeah, same.
They're the uncute pandas.
Uncute pandas.
You get what I mean?
Yeah. I don't like their color. Like gray? Ah.
Pandas, I think you don't like pandas because they're useless, right? Like it's kind of like they would just be extinct if we didn't save them.
I mean, not just that. I just don't think they look that cool either.
Yeah, see, that's where I think they look cool, but pandas have earned their respect. A lot of people, it's like they have it's called pandemonium. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So many people love pandas. So yeah, they just they they earn their survival through cuteness. That's just how it worked, I guess. They are like baby pandas are pretty cute. Way cuter than a koala. I have never seen a cute koala video. Maybe someone can change my mind, but it seems they have smooth brains, like the smoothest of brains. So I'm just not a fan, you know? And apparently someone said that they don't poison themselves. I'm like 90% sure they poison themselves. Poison themselves with their diet.
That kind of reminds me of
I'm like pretty sure that's a thing.
What's another animal that just dies? Oh, sloths. Like I heard a thing where like they grab their arm by mistake thinking it's a tree branch and they just fall and die. That sounds real.
That's
right?
crazy. Oh yeah, that's true. That is a thing. Damn.
Some animals were just
I
born
think
to
so.
just
Yeah, sloths.
get killed.
Yeah. Yeah. As opposed to dogs that we bred into like self seppuku. Like half these dogs that shouldn't have existed, but more so like they got bred for cuteness. Dang, that's so rough. I can't believe we did that.
W humanity. What?
For which part? The unbreeding or the
breeding?
Which part is the W humanity?
I say both, actually. Both. Yeah, it's really just us doing what we want when we want it. Huge dubs in the chat for humans.
So eucalyptus leaves are poisonous, and most animals would die. But koalas evolved to be able to digest them. But I feel like I remember the babies need to build up to that point. So like for a while, the babies are just like raw dog and poison.
If they went extinct, I'm sure like that would mess up the ecosystem to like a good extent, but I don't think a lot of people would really miss them.
Nah. No, I don't think so. Do koalas contribute to, I feel like they just survived, but
I feel like everything contributes to like some extent. Right?
No, yeah, I know what you mean, but like I feel like koalas are crucial to the eucalyptus forest ecosystem, acting as specialized herbivores. Okay, this is the AI. They're an umbrella species. Their droppings nourish soil. See, like anyone can do that.
Yeah.
And then apparently koalas are also an important part of the food chain and serve as prey for so they're just, I mean, I guess most things are like fodder, but like koalas aren't unique for their, like I'm sure you could substitute them with deer or something. You know what I mean? Like just throw in some deer.
If only we could do that, huh? Just like, can we just substitute them? Like, can we get like more sharks and less koalas, please?
Yeah, no, I'm sure there's scientists that know this stuff. It's like Pokemon, like you need a fire electric type, you know what I mean? And it's like like Professor Oak would be like, I know what to do, you know? I feel like I need a water mountainous type that eats leaves. I'm sure a scientist could be like, yeah, no, these are the options, and you can choose which one you want to substitute.
I can't wait till the day comes where we just eliminate all animals from this world and we start from scratch. Like back to your Dr. Oaks thing. Like, oh, this month we're gonna have a special ice turtle that's just roaming around the Riverlands. Like that'd be so cool. Like, we could treat real life like a seasonal MMO event.
Planets.
Well, okay, that's plants, but we're talking about like every animal in existence. Like it's seasonal content.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, like,
Like,
yeah.
oh, just we get to
Yeah, no, we
choose?
get to choose. Like, come April, every animal that we know of right now, dead. Except for your house pets. And
Okay.
instead, Dr. Oaks,
Uh-huh.
who really is just Quartzark in disguise,
Professor
he
Oak.
says, he
Uh-huh.
says, okay, guys, here is a list of animals that I'm going to release into the wilderness. These are their abilities, their HP pool, and it's like, oh, ice turtle over here.
What is
It's like a
happening?
koala with like horns and like sharp teeth that eats like anti-eucalyptus leaves. Like we could just get really fun with this. Like, where's the fun in nature?
Yeah, maybe they're in books. Maybe
You
we
know,
read
somebody
about
said that
them
the other
in
day. I
books.
talked about how so me and Paul were doing like a little prediction video for One Piece, and I mentioned how human history is very
Uh-huh.
mundane compared to like mythology
Uh-huh.
and fantasy worlds. And somebody was like, "Oh, Sai, what a crazy take! Human history isn't cool." And it's like, "Yeah, not when compared to dragons. Yeah, of course, dragons, mermaids, aliens. Yes, human history is somewhat mundane to our imagination and what we could have done. 1,000%. That's all it is. I think we could have
It's
imagination
all
on full
it's
display.
all
All
perspective.
perspective.
What you're describing is fantastical, and the other person can't compute that. Like, we don't have there's a reason why fantasy is a genre, right? Like, we don't have, it's like the isekai. That's why isekai was so popular in the first place. It's literally a person going to a fantasy world, and that the the amount of push for that on the mainstream level, you have the worst garbage isekai getting greenlit. Why? Because a lot of people think like that, fantasy life is very way more
You can
interesting
do anything with it.
than real life. So it's not just I. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You'd be a vending machine apparently.
Yeah, I saw one where
That's
like
crazy.
Hitler is being reincarnated as a lolly. You know how crazy that would be in real life? Yeah, history would go hard if that just randomly happened.
I Did I hear about this from you? Why do I feel like I didn't hear about this from you
Because people were
and I
talking
heard
about the
about
other
this
day.
in the real world?
Yeah,
No
the anime got
way.
announced like I think a couple months back. It's kind of funny.
I think, yeah, some of my normie friends might, because I think I brought up like vending machine. Yeah. I think it was at a baby shower and someone brought it up. I was like, what? Did you just
Yeah,
tell me? Like,
it's the second coming of the
that's
Reich.
crazy.
He's gonna come back as a lolly. That's hilarious, man.
Hey, I could
Yeah, I
see
could see
it.
it, dude. Shout outs, man. So
They would
on to
win.
the chapter now. We start off with some of your favorite characters in the entire series. We have Usopp and Jimbei reacting to Sanji freeing Robin from vines. Pretty cool stuff. I didn't know if Sanji could actually do this. Not like could he or couldn't he break the vines. It's more so would he be able to do this on Robin without hurting her? Answer is yes, he can. Pretty cool.
Okay, but there's a conundrum here.
No.
Okay. My
No
question,
conundrums. No
yeah,
conundrums. Don't do it.
it's okay, which direction do you want me to go?
Go any
Left or right?
direction you want.
Okay. We'll do the more interesting. Do the Giants, are they stupid or are they like, what is it? Just fire? It's just fire, right? Because it can't be hockey because Jinbei has hockey and he goes, those vines are weaker to higher temperatures. So it's just fire that needed to be used. That's it. I'm confused. The Giants were like, "Oh, let's try everything possible," and not any kind of
Hear me
incendiary.
out.
Like, I'm just.
Sanji's fire burns
Uh-huh.
hotter than anything they have in Elbaph.
Okay, so then, like, I guess the other part is like, Nami can't do it without hurting Robin. I'm guessing is that what we're going with?
Zeus would have absolutely one-tapped Robin.
I feel like Zeus would also have the dexterity to just snip.
I think so as well. And,
Right? He's got
another
aim.
route is Usopp with his Firebird star. That is
Yes.
another one. And
Yeah. Every Straw Hat here.
another route would also be good old Jimbei, who has an axe behind him, and we know he has pretty good hockey. Like, literally full body armament
Yeah.
hockey. It is such a big question. Like, why did they need Sanji for this? Yes, he can do it, but I feel like other people can as well.
Okay, see, the other part of it, someone chatted this, and it was beautiful when they said it. It was poetic. They were like, I really love how Oda paralleled Zoro and Sanji and how they stopped Sommers. One did it like in like actively and one did it passively. I was like, yeah, I
That's
guess
one
we
way to look
could
at it.
like yeah, I'm like, yeah, Zoro stopped missile projectiles and Sanji was a lighter. Like, it's just, there's not really, I can't, Sanji did nothing special, and the entire, like, depth of what was last chapter of like, oh no, we can't save these kids. We've tried everything. Meanwhile, I'm here looking at Saul save one of the kids with a lasso. And then now Sanji's just like, or Jinbei confirms it's like, oh, they must be weak to fire. Well, no shit. Like, what else would they be weak to? Like, I just, it's just, oh my God. It's a hard thing to walk by. And I think by the end of the chapter, someone was saying it's like it's so sad like what the Straw Hats are like relegated to, and I couldn't even apply it to Sanji because I was just like, yeah, like Zoro, Sanji will always be relative to like the top, but then you see moments like this where it's like, well, now we have Loki, Ratatoskr, Luffy. I feel like any one of them it could just win, and even with Emu here. So I guess the other Straw Hats are just gonna have like pre-time skip moments. Like,
Yeah.
this is kind of what this is
It
like.
reminds me of like that meme. And we talked about it, I think last week or the week before. They were like, oh, this is what Enies Lobby would look like nowadays if Oda wrote it. And instead of all the Straw Hats, it's just
Mhm.
Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji standing up there. Like they eliminated everybody else. And it's a joke. It is a joke. But seeing how like nobody else could do anything when we know like, Nami has Zeus, Usopp has fire, Jinbei has an axe and Hagi, it's like I feel like we didn't need Sanji here. I get it, like, this is his shtick, right? He saves women. I do like that. But I mean, I almost feel like he's a last resort. Like, Usopp is like, oh, that's our Sanji. It's like, no, Usopp, you could have done this. Usopp's the smart one, man.
Did you remember my You remember my alternative? I said that before when they were climbing up to the with the elevator, I was like, oh man, Scopper said that the number one thing is that ship. Sanji is probably flying up directly. And I don't know if at the time we knew that Scopper was on the boat. But yeah, I was just like, okay, Sanji's gonna fly directly and just blow up the boat with a kick. And this is what we got instead. And I just feel a little stupid for even like, oh no, Somber
No,
is gonna
dude.
do it
We did
himself.
the same thing with Zoro. Remember that? You had a brilliant idea. You were like, oh, they're gonna escape on the ship. Zoro's gonna cut it. It's gonna parallel what happened on Egghead, where Kaku was gonna cut the ship. And instead, Zoro was like, my plan?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna head hop. It's like, all right, cool.
Off on this.
I think sometimes we give it too much credit. Sometimes we just look too deep into this. It's one of those things. We spend 3 to 4 hours every week talking about One Piece and all the possibilities. Sometimes maybe we just gotta simplify it. Maybe we gotta not look too deep into things. I think
Yeah.
that's really it. We expect too much.
That I think so I someone brought this up in a different way on stream, which was um that like or no, I was talking about this in response. It was just that like I wish we knew. I just wish we knew where to place the Straw Hats. And I think the worst, not offender, but the worst pull for that desire is Usopp right now, where Usopp's in the arc that everybody wants him to do stuff. And time again, I'm like, guys, Emu's in the arc. Like Brook is already punching way too high and it feels weird. And like now imagine Usopp does that. And I can see various ways Usopp's cool or whatever. But because like we have that for Usopp. That makes every other Straw Hats like, what are they gonna do? When are they gonna do it? And I wish we just knew whether or not they are now like relegated to like pre-time skip moments. Because if they are, this is funny. You know what I mean? This is cool, funny. Like pre-time skip moments were things that were like, you know, we kind of say like, oh damn, we don't get more of those anymore in the post time skip. I don't know. Maybe like that's what the last saga, the last arc is gonna be like. There won't be any like respite for these characters, but I don't know. I just feel like I wish we knew if it was comedic relief or not, like perpetually. But because at the moment it's like, yeah, Luffy, Loki's they're here, but when is Usopp gonna snipe down Emu? And it's like that's not happening. Let's just take that
What?
out of our like, no.
No, dude, it could still happen.
Yeah.
This is Usopp's arc, man. Come on. Let him have it, dude.
I was contemplating that, and then I was like, yeah, but then there's also Brooke. Like Brooke is right now facing Brooke not only is there and was doing it, but he also has the story reason to like what he has all this backstory build up just for Usopp to take out Gunko. Like it'd be kind of funny if that was the case. He's like, oh, I remember Gunko. You didn't care. Firebird blown in half because apparently that's how strong Usopp is. He could just blow her to smithereens. But yeah, and then even there, he doesn't have Conqueror's Haki, so he can't. So sorry, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
You're
about
giving
that
Brooke a
one.
lot of hype, but hear me out. I don't see him in this chapter. I don't see
Uh-huh.
him in this chapter. You know,
That's. I mean, we barely saw Emu too. It might have been just until this moment. Brooke had been holding back Emu the entire time. Summers threw down the ship, got to this point, self in this chapter, like self seppuku'd against Luffy. Brooke had been fighting Emu the entire time. Imagine that. Imagine the anime filling in those moments.
I forgot. There was like a really cool scene in some anime where we expected a character to win, and then when we cut back to him like 30 chapters later, they're like, hey, you tell him how this fight went, loser. And then they pan over and the guy's dead on the ground. What show was it?
Oh no.
It's on the tip of my tongue, but
But
what if that happens? Like, we cut over to Brooke,
at first it sounded like JJK.
and we see that Brooke is literally dead in bones. Like, Brooke isn't moving. His bones have been crushed. Oh, even better. We see Emu next chapter. They're wearing a skull head, like a savage of Elbaph. And he says, win in Rome.
Yeah, no, even better because we saw Gunko's face, but afterwards she like puts it on. He's like, this will be a good helmet.
Yeah.
And then she just goes, I don't know, sicko mode. Crazy.
That's what we all want. I could see it happening already.
Yeah, all. We all very.
We all very
surely.
much, yes.
I like that Robin, she turns around, she's like, I'm afraid there's no time to celebrate. But which direction do you think that because it kind of cuts off? Library or kids? Like which way is she running? She's running to the library, right?
I think Robin goes to the library with Jinbei.
Yeah. She's like,
I
I'm
think
afraid
that's
there's no
my
time to
thing.
celebrate. Run! The books need saving. And they're like, what, Robin? Yeah, no, obviously Luffy and all of them are over there, right? I feel like it makes sense to run to the library.
Hurry up, Jinbei. We need your firefighting skills.
Oh my god, how many salts on wounds?
You know what's gonna
This is
happen,
painful.
dude. Like, that's the thing. Like, the library's on fire. We don't know what to do with Jinbei.
It's a 2-in-1. He's also the luggage guy. He's carrying out the books.
Oh, no. You know how nasty that would be?
Oda,
Dude, yeah,
set
not
us
only is he
up.
putting out the fire, he's carrying books. No, he's combining Egghead and Wano Jinbei into
Yeah.
one character.
Oda was
He
building us up.
foreshadowed this, guys.
A plus B. Oh wait, not A. 1 plus 2 is 3, right? Like that's literally what Oda did, and this is the end. Like you said, it comes after that. It's foreshadow. We're gonna talk about this for the next few chapters. Oh my God, Oda's the greatest. He's showing us the simplest character development.
Oda's effing cooking with this one, boys.
Someone, someone
We're
needs
gonna
to
be
make an
eating it
account.
up. Ah!
And like you think about it too, because like Robin's also really good at carrying things too, right? So it's like the perfect duo. They're gonna do it
Yeah,
100%. She's
the
literally gonna
perfect
pull the
duo, the
books
oldest
out
duo.
with a bunch of hands, and Jinbei is just gonna be like, doo-doo, doo-doo, like DX ball, like just trying to catch books. Oh my god, that's
Man, that
crazy.
is so foul. So we cut over to the West Village. We see that Loki has dropped off the kids and parents there. They're like, Loki, dude, this is dangerous, man. Take them somewhere else. He said, not my problem. They're the ones who hopped on my back. I'm just dropping them off. And then we see the big design of Loki's dragon form. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
How do you enjoy Loki's appearance? W's?
W's for sure. I'm just confused on colors because then when I realized like those spikes aren't spikes, they're fur. And then I was laughing. I was like, man, wait, guys, what if this entire time Loki was in hybrid and that purple jacket coat thing was just this? But I'm pretty sure we saw that before
Mm.
in the time skip. So, not time skip, sorry, in the flashback. But I am curious, like, what the colors are. I feel like it's just
You
purple,
scared?
right? Not scared, but it's probably just gonna be something purpley, right?
I feel like Loki's primarily going to be black. I feel like
Okay.
the fur might be pink.
Okay. The one thing that I wished was I wished his tattoo stayed. That would have looked kind of sick.
Oh, the sun tattoos?
Yeah, just like on his shoulder. Like he would look he it would be kind
I
of
think he does
crazy.
have it.
Does
He
he?
he does have the tattoos. Yeah, but he's like
Wait.
black, so you can't see it.
Yeah, the Oda
Yeah.
anime's gotta cook with this. Even if Oda doesn't show, because this is the thing, and you're talking about it too. I would hope the anime goes the direction where they just put Luffy in his Elbaph outfit in the anime. I doubt they'll do that, but like I hope that they add the tattoos in. Just be like, oh yeah, he didn't want his editors to draw dragon tattoos. We'll do it. You know, they could just do that. That's fine. You know what I'm saying?
I bet the fan base would be mad if they did that.
You really okay? What about just the Luffy clothing? What about just that?
No, no, they're gonna be mad about that too.
Really?
You know
Nah.
they will. Brother, you're in the One Piece community. You know somebody's gonna say, oh, but that's gonna ruin Oda's vision.
Yeah, but do they matter?
No.
Does
In reality,
that
they don't really matter.
10 people who are loud on Twitter, and you know for a fact that the loudest people they're just rage baiting. They just know that it's gonna be, oh, people love to rage, let me bait it. So they don't actually think that. They just say it just to say it. Uh Only for like four
Yeah, I
months
mean, that's
later
just
to be
how it
like, I
is.
love this. I love this thing. Once it's popular. Once that's the popular opinion.
I still don't get why
Anyways,
Luffy has his like Wano outfit on. Like, it is just jarring. It just makes you wonder where it was at. Like, was it just underneath his Elbaph fit and he just took off all of his other clothing? Because, I mean, I guess he could just spawn it in, but like, I don't know. He was fighting in the Elbaph fit against what, Roto's pets and against Scopper Gaban. So it's not like it's taxing, right? It's like, oh man, this coat is kind of heavy.
it's also kind of like, it feels like, because when it's red, it kind of like an outfit, but then when it's white, it looks like a napkin. So like I can't, sometimes I look at Luffy like a booger, like a just sneezed napkin. But anyways, the point is that I think that there might be important, I don't know, maybe there's an importance to the outfit. Maybe Oda's just like, no, we need to keep the outfit for some reason. Maybe it's like a Joy Boy Nika thing. I don't know. That'd be kind of
Maybe.
interesting if the fit was related. Be
Yeah,
kind
it
of
would be
silly though.
interesting. It's just yeah, it'd be a little bit silly since, we've seen Luffy in other outfits with Gear 5th. And at least for Egghead, right, we saw him like take off the jacket and he was just shirtless. Here he
Hmm.
like spawns in his Wano shirt. I'm like, huh, interesting. Yeah, like you said, it's probably related to Nika. I think that's my cope. It's either that or Luffy really just wanted to change into different clothes, which That's fair, I guess. I kind of miss the axe though. I think the axe is like the main like sadness part of it. Like, dude, what could that axe have done?
It's the easiest side dialogue to add. Is just Zoro going like, "Hey Luffy, where'd you get these clothes?" And then Luffy goes like, "These are the clothes I feel the most free in," and something like that. And then, boom,
Oh
done,
yeah, I'm
covered
free with
up.
this.
Yeah, yeah. If you know, everything is kind of
The
like flared
classic.
out, you know? So it's like maybe that's the reason. It would be cool if he uses like one of the other ideas is that like if he's able to, you could do a lot of like crazy Toon Force stuff with it, like pull out the thing and then use it like I don't know, like a giant catapult type thing. Like because he rubberized everything.
Mmm.
Yeah, like if Oda has plans to use this shirt, but he couldn't use a vest, right? Because Luffy was wearing a vest. Maybe he was just like, "Damn it, I need something more with more substance. Like it needs sleeves or something." Maybe that was what it is. He really wants to do a
Yeah, Oda
certain move.
himself.
Oh, you know
He said,
what?
"Yeah, this isn't free enough." What's up?
Luffy doesn't really need it. I was gonna say, like, technically, I could see like if Luffy wanted to use Loki's horns and just use his shirt to just make a giant catapult, but he could use his arms for that. So unless he's like launching shit, like I could if Oda ends up doing something that requires his shirt to have sleeves, that it's gonna be so funny. We're gonna be like, oh shit, this is why he kept the outfit from back before. Because yeah, his Wano one did not have sleeves. It was just the vest, the fur vest, right?
Yeah, it was just the vest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this thing,
Yeah, very,
basically.
very fascinating choice. So
Yeah.
we see that Zoro, I guess he's just kind of done with Dorian Brogy, and he's now just hanging out at the West Village. Where did Dorian Brogy go? Are they just like dead? Are they just like gone?
Yeah. I'm
I like
glad
how
you
you're
brought it
laughing at
up.
this.
Yeah, it's just like imagine coming from last chapter or wherever Zoro did that and being like, no, they actually just died from slashing each other. That was it. Imagine saying that to somebody last chapter, like, "Oh wait, you guys didn't sell it. You guys didn't notice Dorian Brookie died on panel." Like,
Yeah, somebody's gonna be like, "Are you guys like blind or something? Did you not see Dorian Brogy just finish themselves off?" Oh
yo, that's
man.
so funny. Imagine that, like someone just like spoiling an anime viewer, like they're watching the anime and be like, "By the way, they died here." Just like, what? That's crazy.
But we know they
Yeah, they haven't been
regenerate. That's
seen.
the thing, right? We know they regenerate though. Like what is going on? Where'd they
What if
go?
what if they like what if Emu needs to like be looking at them for the reject like they
Okay,
don't
now
die
you're
die,
cooking.
but like kind of like Sommers. Sommers was down for the count and then Emu showed up and then all of a sudden he was good. Not down for the count, but like he was split in half. But then Emu shows up, he's good. What if that's kind of like with Dorian Brogy right now? Like they are sliced in half, but because Emu's like not in the vicinity, maybe, then they can't fully regen. And maybe Zoro used just enough Conqueror's Haki to do that. That's probably necessary because
Yeah,
that's
they're
what
not
happened with
in the
Sommers
Jenna
with
ult.
Scalpers. Yeah,
They're
yeah,
not they're not getting that
exactly.
that healing ability right now.
He's Emu's not Soga, okay?
Yeah, Emu is not Sogi. He can't do everything, guys. So yeah, it's so funny just thinking about like all the theories we had, like coming off of what 2 chapters ago, where it was like, oh man, like what outcome will this be? Zoro's falling in between Dory and Brogy.
Oh
Is he
my
gonna get
god,
Domi reversied?
I
What's gonna happen?
forgot.
And then we cut over. He's just on a building. When we see Dory and Brogy here, that is, I think, hilarious, man. That is so funny.
I also now because I completely forgot about that. And I just realized like how valuable of information that is to like, hey Luffy, you should probably know this so that you don't because like imagine that we assume that Luffy's immune, which I believe as well. But what if he's not? And Oda just is like, yeah, no one told him. And then he got flipped, and now we have to fight like Dark Nika, like actually, like the one that's in the picture in the mural. But yeah, that's kind of funny now thinking back at it. We put so much emphasis on that Zoro. Dorian Brogy are just missing. Zoro just found a house to land on. Yep. And it doesn't count as a flip target because like even if that house was in between them, he should have flipped, right? Like, or does he have to hit the ground?
I
That's
mean, maybe
crazy.
a lot of time has passed too, right? Like we could just say that a lot of time has passed and Dorian Berger just dealt with. Like, he fell in a different spot. You know what? Hell, let's go with it. Why do we have to turn down our theory? Let's just say that Zoro did get Domi Reversi and we
Yeah.
solved the situation.
I was
Why
gonna
are we doing this to ourselves? No, we got a W. He actually got Domi'd. He fell in between them. And then the person who saved him was Hajruden because we don't see Hajruden in this chapter.
Yeah. And the reason why he didn't tell Luffy about the thing is because it's no big deal. Sorry, done.
Yeah, he
Done.
brushed it off his shoulder. And you might be wondering, how did Hajruden and Stanson undomi Reversi Zoro? Well,
They
don't
stood on
forget
both
about
sides.
one of our other theories that also came true in this hypothetical. Recycle Cur. He played a massive role when it came to saving Zoro. It all makes
What was
sense
the
now.
role? What did Recycle Cur? What could
Being a
Recycle Cur
genius.
possibly contribute to the situation? I thought you were gonna say Hired and Stanson just stood on both sides and flipped them back. I don't think they've tried that
No,
yet.
they're giants. They couldn't figure that out.
That's so true. I'm so turned to your side of it. The amount of times where I'd be like, say something and then you've responded because giants are dumb. And like now it's been like the 30th time
It's all
where,
justified.
where I'm just like, you know what? There's no point in me saying this. Like I feel like there's a common denominator in all of the answers.
Like you were talking about it earlier, like, oh, why did the giants use fire? It's like, well,
And
they're giants. What do you want from a man?
You didn't say anything this time, so then I've converted a little bit. I'm just this was. I don't think anyone can blame me for this breaking the camel's back, but like they're all like, "Yo, we gotta save these kids." And I've been telling you guys, we saw Saul on screen save a kid with just a rope, and they couldn't figure it out. They couldn't figure that or fire, apparently. The Sanji part really just that bricked my brain for a minute. And I was like, this is the first page. I need to move on. But yeah, this is
I need to go to like something else, please.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, it's definitely something. So, oh man, I can't wait. There's more things we could talk about here in a little bit. But we see Saint Summers, and he is shooting thorns at targets that are not moving, and he's missing. Dude, he spawned in 3 serpent heads, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill everybody because I'm so mad." And he misses like 10 bullets. How is that possible?
Yo, his face really reflects it. I don't know what this
it's
guy's
like my
doing,
aim in
bro.
Valorant, dude. It's nasty. I just do not know. How is that even possible?
It's also like, hear me out, but he doesn't need to shoot them, right? Can't he just spawn the vines, like spike them from the bottom? Is that not a possibility for him? Like he just has
That is a possibility, but I think you're looking too deep into things.
Okay. I just remember Aramaki doing something similar, and I'm like, like feel like Sommers needs to have a you know what? All of these Holy Knights, they're just mentorless. I think that's what it is. They just don't have proper. That's why Shamrocks is the only W, because he had a dad. Oh, that's the moral of the story. None of them had dads, probably. So they suck?
No, I think they
No,
had
that
loving
doesn't make
families.
sense.
Celestial dragons, like who? Okay, in the story of One Piece, dads usually die because like a pirate group comes in, somebody kills them. Nobody's killing dads in the Holy Land.
Yeah, but wait, no, think about it, because if you have a dad, then you get spoiled, like the ones that we saw. And then if you don't have the dad, you probably faced adversity because you were like no family, you have to do.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that most of their families are too loving.
Yeah, and that's why we saw
Like maybe Saint Sommers was training in his accuracy beforehand, he missed the target, and his dad was like, "Good job, son."
Yeah, that
Like
could
that?
be. Yeah, I think Somers specifically, because someone said the reason why Somers sucks is because it's nepotism, and Jupiter's one of the Gorosei. And so it is kind of like what you're saying, where they were basically like, yeah, that's why Somers sucks, but the other ones won't, I think was the notion there. And I was like, I'm not mad
Hmm.
at that. I'm not mad at that. It's just, did we need, this is how we're prefacing the Holy Knights, or is like if Oda pulls a crazy fast one and Somers is the only hack and it's because of nepotism like that, that would be kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like Killingham
I
still
don't
has the
think that's too
opportunity to
far
be.
off.
Killingham still is cool, right? Like he hasn't done anything lame.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
there's
mean, that's the thing
opportunity.
too, right? Like it's interesting because I think you are correct because right now Somers is the only God Knight Oda has really sacrificed to the agenda.
Yeah, it's not like
Like the
Saturn
other
and
God
the
Knights,
course.
they're relatively in the background. Yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
Saturn and the Gorosei where they all get packed, but
Yeah, God
yeah,
Valley is, we don't have the one who was with Garling. Garling, like, I give him shit for the situation, but like, if he, you know, it wouldn't be crazy to lose to Rocks, right? Like, at the end of the day, the funny part is that people thought that he had so much Shanks tax that he's like equal to, whatever. But if you're even a little bit weaker, I could see, that's a Rocks fight, right? Maffey is an interesting one. We didn't get to see a full display, but at the end of the day, it was Whitebeard. It was the Rocks crew coming through. So let's say Maffey doesn't fumble, like falter there. What was Maffey gonna do? Fight the Rocks pirates? Probably not. And then the Yeti one, it's like Oda didn't show the Yeti one, so it's like there is a world where it is Somers taking the absolute reputational beating just for Oda to flip the script with the rest of them. It feels weird, but if Oda did use the nepotism card, it would feel kind of good. It would feel like, oh yeah, like when Killingham showed up, he did go like that idiot, right? Like he did regard like
yeah.
Somers
He
in a
called him a
disrespectful way.
bastard.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, wait,
Oh,
wait. What if that's
what if
not an
that's
insult?
real?
What if he literally is a bastard? Whoa!
That's a Stephen Paul L then, because he took out bastard, right?
Yeah, he did.
Dude.
Damn. That
Fiso,
would
tell
be
me
kind of
if that's true.
nuts.
we just like
No, it is true.
bungled
It
into
is
the.
true.
That's so funny. We were bumbling idiots, but hey, a
Yeah,
broken
the
clock
reason
strikes twice.
Somers sucks is that his parents didn't love him.
He's a
Well,
bastard.
okay, that's not like really a bastard, but yeah.
Yeah,
His dad slept with a random woman, and that woman had dirty genes. The
yeah,
genes of a non fighter, a non combatant.
and he wasn't, it's not Game of Thrones main character type of vibes. Like, no, he just
Yeah,
ended
it's
up
not Jon
spoiled.
Snow bastard.
Yeah, yeah, not the legendary Battle of the Bastards.
Ooh,
Ugh.
I love the Battle of the Bastards. What a great little thing
Yeah,
they had going
no,
on there.
no dipping and diving, no zipping and zooing, just straight on. Love that.
Slaughter.
Yeah.
A slaughter until it wasn't. It's like
Hmm.
essentially Battle of the Bastards was you in jungle farming wolves, and the enemy team shows up, and it's like, oh my god, you're doing okay, but it's 1v5. But that is when your fed top laner teleports in. No, it's a rise. They rise ult in, and everybody else is there too, and you win.
Was it a
That is the
rise
Battle
ult?
of the Bastards.
I feel like more like an Ornalt. You just have a random giant behemoth charge through, right?
Well, that too, but I mean, I say rise ult because the Knights of the Valley or Knights of the Vale, they came with
Oh,
like a lot of
true.
people.
True, 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 true.
Yeah, it was like the Avengers just showed up or something.
Damn. The
Um,
Somers bastard train, I
yeah,
think
it's a
it'd
good
be.
theory, but we're looking too deep into this. We 100%
Yeah, what did
are.
we learn
We
from
know this
earlier?
isn't true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Zoro,
Okay, guys,
Sanji.
nobody take us seriously. This is not gonna happen, but it's a fun idea. Just like how we thought that Zoro was gonna get Domir Versity and that he'd still be fighting Dorian Brogy. Yeah, that didn't pan out. Yeah, we look stupid now.
Wait,
But let me tell
how
you,
come
it's a fun
we
idea.
can't say that it is true and that he is a Sebastian? How come we can't just do that right now?
We
What would it
can't
change?
make theories anymore, Par. I think we just have to accept that we're washed. I think we just have to accept that we're absolutely washed, brother.
Yo, this is the one where it's like, if it turns out to just be no straightforward, Summer just sucks. Like we're gonna just look back at it like, damn, we're terrible at writing. Like just we just suck.
No, we have good ideas, man. We have good ideas. It's just that none of our ideas
No,
work. That's all it
the-
is.
no, we have good ideas felt so desperate for some reason.
We're not that bad, man. Come on.
I just love that we both
Oh,
had a similar realization of like, what have we been talking this entire chapter? Everything is way more simple. We just gotta simplify it. Meanwhile, we're like, oh my god, the Battle of the Bastards with
yeah.
Summers.
We're
Oh
trying,
god.
guys. Yeah, we can cook up
I
all the
like that
theories we
one.
want, but sometimes I wouldn't even call it like the simplest answer is usually right. It's just sometimes you just have to ignore the plot points and just move on. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just gotta pretend that Dory and Brogy don't exist.
In
Same
this
with Jinbei.
in this situation, it's more just no, Sommer just sucks. Like he's just bad at like everything, I guess. I still like we didn't even mention the stupidest part of all of this, which is that he's ignoring Luffy and Loki while doing all of this. He's literally just having an entire monologue while Luffy's just like, what is this bumbling buffoon doing? And for me, like he goes like, what is like, wait, that was Nika, which that's a whole separate conversation. But for me, I'm just like, I don't know how you can ignore the elephant in the room that's a dragon. Like I can't imagine just keeping the course and ignoring Loki. Like that's just blind. Like how do you animate that? You know what I mean? We just came off the scene with Loki. Sommer shows up, and you know how silly that will be contextually that Sommer just waffling about while there's Loki just training over him. It's not like he has any plans to fight them or beat them or considerations for
And
them.
we
So,
know that he sees them too. Because like he's
yeah.
looking at the giant dragon and the kids and everything. And what? Luffy has like a freaking theme song playing in the background, the drums of liberation. It's kind of crazy, man.
He does have a theme
Yeah.
song. Yo,
We got like an actual theme song playing, and Sommers just doesn't care.
well, and like it's not
I mean,
like he
the thing
can't
is, okay,
have noticed because they got saved by Luffy and Loki, and it was like you guys thwarted. You know what I mean? Like he can't quite
no.
literally sequentially he could not have missed this.
You know what? My cope. I got some good cope.
Okay.
Have you ever been in the middle of like a masturbation session?
What the fuck?
No. Hear me out. No, this is good. This is good. You're gonna love
This
this.
is the hear me out, guys, that you don't let your friend go through.
Hear me out. So Sommers was quite literally about to jizz his pants about these kids like falling off the cliff, right?
Okay.
And then guess what happens? It gets ruined. So I think he does see Luffy and Loki, but he's too like, one track minded right now that he
Yeah.
doesn't care. He just
He's
wants to
too
finish.
Horny, thorny. He's too for the.
He's too
Yeah,
thorny. Yes.
that's.
It's a good idea, Par.
And you know
Sometimes
what we do
you gotta
with
remember
good
the
ideas?
simplest theory is usually correct.
Yeah, he's so thorny. He forgot about the sun god and the destroyer god that turned day into night. Like this, it's also funny because just before this too, we saw the perspective of Loki from the Straw Hats, and it's like I could see him not notice. Like it would be kind of funny if he just literally didn't notice Loki because he's just that big. Like he wasn't aware that there was a dragon there. That would be also kind of funny, but obviously we know that's not true. But yeah, he was locked in. He needed post nut clarity. That's what you're saying. He didn't have it. He was
Yeah,
irrational.
essentially.
He's gonna fall down from this and be like, I really shouldn't. I really have like should have looked around for a little bit. Okay, and you were right. This is good cope. That was good. Okay.
It's good cope.
Yeah, that was a
I'm glad you agree.
I apologize for stopping you mid. I almost you almost became Sommers in that
Mid
moment.
cook session.
Yeah, mid nut too. Okay, got it.
It's like it's like watching a bartender like cook up an amazing cocktail, and the
Uh-huh.
first thing they put in is ice, and you're like, whoa, what's going on here? It's like, whoa. Wait for the rest of the drink, brother. It's coming together.
Okay.
Yeah. So Sommers' Thorn Cerberus thing, it's kind of cool, right? Like, Sommers aside, throwing his fingers up like this, erase him from that image. The serpent dragon looks amazing, doesn't it?
I don't know about amazing, but I do like it. I don't know if everyone would like it though, but I like it.
It's probably like one of the I would argue like top 5 best mounts in One Piece.
Wait, are you being for real? Because I like it.
Yeah, I'm being for real. I love this thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like it. I like the way it looked. That's why I was like, I wished he used it more. Like when the kids were like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I mean, he could have literally gave them a serpent. Clearly, I wish all of them were serpents, honestly. It would be kind of sick. But again, maybe he's too attached to it. And that's why he couldn't see that he could have just spiked them from the bottom. But like you said, we don't ask questions like that. Oda needed him to have a projectile like this for this very moment. Um, yeah, I think
Yeah,
they're cool.
exactly.
They're like a Pokemon. It reminds me of it's like a grass dug trio.
A grass Doug trio. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah, if Doug trio actually had aura, yeah.
Yeah, if he had aura. Yeah, it'd be instead of
Ah,
wait, what is this? What is this move in Pokemon? The Thorn Missile? Is that Thorn Missile? Yeah, right?
I'm not familiar with Pokemon moves.
I think it's Thorn Missile. It's an
I'm
annoying
not that type
move,
of
but
Asian.
we got good RNG. It can hit you like 12 times or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of strong. Which hopefully the accuracy is better than Sommers here.
No,
I guess
no,
that's
it's
like the
pretty.
main
It
thing.
is better than if I have good luck with that one. But yeah, he's pretty ass. He is he kashunk. How do you miss
Kushunk, kushunk,
that?
kushunk. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't aiming. I think that's a good way to look at it. Maybe he just wanted to get their attention so that he could vent. Because after that, he does lock and load, and his next barrage is going to hit the kids. And then Zoro comes in, and he's able to deflect all of the thorn spike things. W
Yeah.
Zoro.
W Zoro. He's even making a W too with his
He is. And then, this is so impressive of a feat that even Luffy's like, hey, that's my guy. That's part of my
this
crew right there.
yeah, gave him a WWE announcement, bro. I've never seen Glaze like that. Has Luffy announced other Straw Hats like this? This is Usopp. He hails from Sniper Island. Like, does he? He's never done anything like that, right?
I feel like he's maybe done this before.
I think.
I think.
I think with Sanji, Wano was, but it wasn't like this. It was like, oh, I trust Sanji. He'll be fine. It was like that. But and then the other time Kaido's like, aren't you worried about your crew? And he's like, nah, they're good. Like, but it wasn't like, and this is Zoro, my crew member. And like, I'm like, damn. And he's like raining down from heaven like that. I don't even know if Luffy did that with like Shiki in the movie with Nami. Unhand my
I think he's just proud of
wench.
Zoro here, man. It's
I
like a
mean, I
proud
am
dad.
too. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
Zoro,
yeah, Zoro's looking good.
Zoro's in terms of Straw Hats, Zoro's up there for Elbaph, right? Like he might be number. I like his dialogue. His dialogue's been pretty cracked.
Yeah, I like Zoro. I feel like Zoro's just like he's a very easily likable character.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so Luffy using Gumu Gumu no Dawn Booming Thor rifle. A little bit of an overkill? Yes or no?
I mean, I don't know. Some people think he's dead. Yeah. He used
No,
Conqueror's
he's not
Hockey.
dead.
I think the split face is so like, because if there's Conqueror's Hockey and his body is split in smithereens, I don't think he gets up, right? I feel like this would put him in the
I think
same
he
state
gets
as,
up.
I think he gets in the same state that Scopper put him in. Like, he's not dead, but because when Loki hit his dad, he killed him. But when Scopper slashed Sommers, he just temporarily disabled him. His hand couldn't come back, and then his body couldn't
Yeah.
regenerate. I feel like that's where I feel like this should put him, because ain't no way Luffy doesn't attack with four names in it and has Conqueror's Hockey on panel, and it's not equal to the slash that Scopper did. Like, this is that would be insane to me if
Yeah,
Scopper
no,
had
I
that
agree
much
with you.
more. Yeah.
I think that Sommers is going to be down for like a couple of chapters, but he's not dead. He's going to get back
Yeah.
up.
But then here's where the problem comes in. Because that's not all that happens. Then he gets stomped on by Loki with more Conqueror's
Yeah.
Hockey. And like, that should kill him. That was, because Loki should not care. Like, Loki's the one who should kill. He's killed his own dad and an entire village and a horse and an uncle. Like, he's killed. He's a killer. Like, and that's fine. Just, I get the Luffy part, but then we gotta talk about the by the biggest dragon on the planet using conquerors. Like, that's not nothing. That's not something Sommers just like, yep, I'm good now. Like, no, that doesn't
Yeah,
make
exactly.
sense to
I
me.
don't think he's going to just say, yep, I'm good, but we're going to see him do something. I think our boy still has more work to do, like get cooked up by Sanji, for example.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's dead, but I think he should be dead. Like, I don't think he's dead. He should be dead. And I'd be fine if he was dead, because there's more Holy Knights to, toss up. And realistically, I didn't see him playing that big of a role in the whole Emu part of the section. So, like, it's not that necessary for him then. So it's like, yeah, we could have gotten rid of him. There were death flags. It felt like it. It felt like a good exit of a character that felt cool for, a chapter. But at least to me, obviously, it felt cool to other people for other reasons. But point is that I think he should die. I think it would have been cool if he died. I think it would have been.
There's always a chance that Emu, what did you call it last week?
What?
He breaks past Sommers' limit. Like, essentially, Emu looks at St.
Uh,
Sommers and says, okay, let's level him up times 1,000,000.
Yeah, I forgot what it was, but yeah, there's that world. Emu just like amps everybody. Hmm. They should just.
Yeah, he sees Sommers and he's just like, hey, let me level you up, buddy. You need the help.
I definitely would like a roided Sommers that has like the fatal fuel, energy steroid. Like, take all, like, if
Yeah.
we just see him stuff his hand in his pocket, do like a line off of his arm, just take up, start like just crazy amounts. I think that would be kind of, it would, like, if he's immortal, right? That's the things that you should do. Like, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Like, if you can recover from everything.
Ooh. And what if it's like a little bit different? What if he's like that guy from Bleach, the one that's like pretty much like a fire extinguisher, where Aizen's like, the only reason I brought him in was for this one ability. Maybe for Sommers, Emu's like, I had a feeling Nidhogg was here, so that's why I brought Nidhogg's perfect counter. And then St. Sommers is like, what? And then Emu just rips him open, and then the Thorn no Mi goes absolutely crazy. And what did you say last week? Like, it kills Loki? Like, maybe that happens.
No, but you know what? Oh my God. I'm pretty sure this is a trope. Like, the angry, One Piece did this right? I'm pretty sure One Piece did this in that filler where, like, a dragon is an angry dragon, and then you just find out that it was only angry because it has like a thorn in it. And you just have to pull out like and I'm pretty sure it's a very childish thing, but
I
I'm
don't know
pretty
if
sure
One
one.
Piece did that, but I've seen that before.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Didn't Luffy do that in one of Luffy pulls Thorn out of dragon, out of dragon. Um,
I
Pretty
feel like
sure
you're
that's
just
the
gonna like
thing.
pop up with some dojinshi or something.
No way. Okay, now that I worded it like that, but no. Wow, this chapter comes up. I guess. I guess I didn't
What
know
chapter
what
popped
I would
up?
expect. This chapter, just One
Oh,
Piece
this
chapter
chapter. Oh, okay.
1175, Nidhogg. Yeah. Um,
Huh.
I guess it makes sense to the Thorn model, whatever. But yeah, now I'm thinking about it. Imagine that Loki is stuck to the, oh, not Loki. Sommers is stuck to the bottom of like Loki's hand, and he doesn't notice it, and he's just like a thorn waiting, kind of like what Usopp did to Douglas Bullet in Stampede. He's just like waiting for the moment, and he's just stuck. Yeah, I feel like that's probably what's gonna happen. Now I think about it, there's no reason to have
Yeah.
Loki stomp on him. He's just gonna be stuck in between his fingers.
Oh, imagine that. Like 10 chapters from now, Loki's like, what is that feeling on my foot? And then it's Saint Summers laughing. And then we see that he actually
Yeah.
becomes like the dragon. Oh, Summers creates another dragon that eats Loki's dragon.
He technically could be. See, this is the issue though. This is the issue with like everything now is yeah, but Sommers doesn't have Conqueror's hockey, so it doesn't matter. Like if you're and it especially so because Loki's just not anybody with Conqueror's hockey. He's that guy with he's the Conqueror's hockey now. He has so much Conqueror's hockey that Scopper was like, yeah, Shanks, let's just let that guy do it, okay? And then he did it, and it was enough. And even his dad apparently was like, God damn, you know what I mean? Like so Sommer's not having Conqueror's hockey. It's like, I don't think they do anything anymore. It's a
Well, we don't
bad
know for
mindset.
sure. We know that, okay,
Yeah.
hockey blooms in the midst of battle.
And he's a
Never forget.
vine. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
We've never seen the
What blooms
roses
better
yet.
than vines?
Mm-hmm.
Just wait, just wait.
Everything.
Sommers is
I'm pretty
gonna
sure
awaken his
everything.
Conqueror's hockey in this battle.
I'm pretty sure vines don't bloom. Like
Maybe not where you're from.
you were like,
Like, do they
what
even
blooms
have like
better than
plants and
vines?
flowers in Bangladesh? I don't think so.
Yeah, they are. What are you talking about? That we
Isn't
have
it
the
just like a desert?
vines. No, it's not it's the opposite. It's literally the opposite of a desert. It's so opposite of desert. It's a problem.
I don't
It's
know. The people I know from Bangladesh say it's just a desert.
well, there's a lot of desserts. There's that. Maybe that's what you heard. There's
No,
two
that's just
S's in there.
propaganda. That's just propaganda. No, they have no desserts there.
That would be better. There would be less diabetes if that was the case. Yeah,
And
definitely
less
should take those
happiness.
away. That's true. That's true. I do get happy from the sweets. But what were we talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
No, what were you saying?
yeah. Oh, I was gonna bring it back to the chapter, and I was gonna talk about how they mentioned that Luffy is Nika. He looks just like him, the warrior of liberation. And Saint Summers, who is split into like a bajillion pieces, even comments saying, "Oh no, that's just the tall tale we tell kids." It's like, damn, dude, the Holy Land. I wonder what their version of Nika's really like. Like, oh, he's gonna wake up and just kill your family or something. Must be pretty terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, I also wonder what Emu's telling the Holy Knights for him to not recognize Nika. It's like an FBI you know how like in some movies they make it known that like Santa is known by the US government and stuff like that. It'd be like
Yeah, Red One.
Santa's real and the FBI knows that the Santa is real, but then you just come across the one agent that's like, what do you mean Santa Claus isn't real? And it's like, what? Your entire organization is literally like bent to hell to fight against this one thing, and you don't know what it looks like or who it is. And we talked about this already, but like, that's on Emu. Like, I don't know what Emu's doing. So it's either nepotism or it's Emu. And I think I'd prefer to put on nepotism. But like we said, it's probably simpler and he's just stupid. So there's also that. It could just be that.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe we learn that like every time you get like destroyed or cooked, where you need to regenerate, you lose like an IQ point. You lose a part of yourself.
Oh, oh, I'd like that. I'd like that. You lose IQ. So like imagine that. We go back in time and Summers is cracked. And we're just like, what?
Oh
He's
yeah.
moving like light yak. Bro, like Lelouch. And then he's died so many times against Scopper that he's like 262 points down now. And now he just has like 4 points left. If he hits zero, he's literally a vegetable. Like that would be insane. Every single time like Saturn got clapped on Egghead, it took IQ points off. That's why Emu
Dude.
ejected him.
Yeah, imagine Void Century Saint Saturn. Like he is that like he was literally the Vegapunk of the past. Every time something happens, Saturn's like, I got a plan for that. Oh, and then even
And then the
and
Saturn
then
we
even then
get.
Emu's like, Saturn, how do we take over the world? And Saturn says, I have a 900-year plan. Just follow this to the T. Like Saturn just really is insane. That would be
Yo,
beautiful.
and then we see him like, oh man, it'd be crazy. Like he lost his lives, his IQ points to something so stupid. Like he got stuck in the ocean or something and kept on drowning, just perpetually drowning. And
No.
what would
No,
it
no, no. We,
be?
we got to give him a heroic exit. Like maybe what happened was he
Uh,
sacrificed himself to save his Nakama. And in a dungeon, they tortured Saturn so many times that he died like a bajillion lives. So that's why he's so dumb now. And then
yeah, he
after
got
that, they're like, you know
released.
what? Yeah, we can release him back and he'll do more harm than good. That's exactly it. We got it. We figured it out, boys. Lock
I
it
don't know
in.
why the he'll do more harm than good is so offensive.
It's done, y'all. It's
Oh.
done.
I can see someone like one of these torturers watching Egghead and be like, yup, it was all in the plan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
They're like,
my
guys,
god.
watch this. Saturn's gonna release Emeth. Saturn's gonna let Emeth roam free
Yo,
with scientists.
this is the only thing that can explain how he didn't recognize Emmett. Like, if he truly was then there, like, how does he not know what Emmett looks like? You know what we found out last chapter? That there are
What's up?
toys. There are like action figures of Emmett in
Yeah,
existence. And Saturn's like, I don't fucking know. Like, we need to study this. Yo, the IQ drain point is so funny. Oh my god. If
it's such a good idea. It's funny
it
because it could
gets
happen.
yeah, it could. Yo, I still think about that time Warcry just stood there. We just like was it like 2 pennies?
Yeah, it was 2 pages. Luffy hit him with Red Rock, and or not Summers. Warcody just stared off into the distance. Maybe that was him losing IQ as we speak. It was like, oh fuck, that really hurt.
That is so funny. Emu. That would be a hilarious
Everything's
nerf.
starting to make sense.
Makes sense. I think
No,
we lost
legitimately,
IQ.
everything's like starting to fall together, man.
Yeah, Oda hits us with the like you know how this like pirates have bounties. We get IQ points for the Gore saying these holy knights at the start, and we get their current. It's like we get the disparity. They start off like 1,000 IQ, ended up at like 4. They all have a tragic story of sacrifice. Oh god.
Oh, maybe, hear me out. We hit them so many times, they become good guys. Like, they're like, why we fight?
You
And they
know,
just like side with us by the end.
that's actually a power. That's Suru's power, technically. She can wash someone
Oh,
to
yeah,
be a
she
good
washes away
person.
your sin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe that's
So that
it.
logic
You know,
exists.
guys, it's here.
I like how you said that they would become dumber and then become good guys. and implying that like the villains are smart. But then also like I like the earlier version where it was just that they do more harm than good. I don't know why. That's so appealing for some reason. Just for like, I want to see a flashback of Saturn doing the more harm. We saw a lot, but if that was the case, there's so much. We go to the last saga, the last arc. Every W is just Saturn messing up, and that would be so funny.
No,
Like
no, no,
he
no.
was
Remember
like,
how they were like the
"Yeah,
Holy Lands in a sea of flames? It's because Saturn also had like a thing like Vegapunk. You know how like for Vegapunk, whenever he dies, the message goes off. When Saturn dies,
Yeah.
his lab gets set on fire to burn all of his experiments, to burn all the history of his experiments and everything. There we go.
Oh God! I mean,
We figured it out, boys.
someone has to explain the fire situation, right? Because it's not on fire, which we'll get to later, I guess. But that was an interesting revelation. That is Emu the most afflicted of them all? Have we considered? That's
Yeah,
why
we're gonna learn that
Emu
this is like a
hitting.
curse. In Emu's eyes, this is all just the curse of Saint Saturn.
Yo, that's why Emu running around just like, yeah, I can't die, but then just like leave. I feel like they might be on the last IQ point, and the Gorosei just feel pity, and then just like, oh no, like we need to hide them away so they don't die again.
I
No.
was about to say, what if it's like all for one? No, I was about to say, what if it's like all for one for My Hero, where like every minute that passes, they get younger or older. Like every time we beat them, they age up or age down.
That would be an interesting one if they all had something like that, like immortality at a cost, like a reverse cost. Huh. Huh.
Yeah. Next big thing we got is good old Scarpagaban. He's talking about Loki's devil fruit. We get a flashback. We cut back to the day King Harold died. I'm assuming that's what this is because, you know, obviously castle's in shambles. They look exactly the same as they did back in the past. They got all the scars, the scuffs, etc. And JARUL is now explaining Loki's devil fruit. JARUL talks about how it has been protected for a long time now because of Ragnir. And we see possibly the first world. We got Nika, the sun god, fighting the war god, and we see Ratatoskr on the side. People are saying that Ratatoskr has put on a lot of weight in the past 900 years. How do you feel about that?
I mean, he has a hammer now, right? Like maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe the hammer plus the squirrel looks different.
Yeah, he just gained that extra weight. Yeah.
Well, I would imagine it's like the Nika fruit, right? I feel like each one is gonna look slightly different based off of who ate it. So it's kind of like Bonnie's also Gear 5, but she looks like Bonnie. So like Ratatoskr looks like Ratatoskr as if it was worn by the hammer. Like the hammer, that's what the hammer would look like if it was a squirrel.
The hammered handle is just a little bit chunky.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Huh, I like that. So, what are your thoughts about this scary looking Nika and this generic looking God of War? Sorry, I don't mean to call him generic, but you know.
Well, I mean the scary, but what made him scary, huh, Sai? What made him scary?
Dude, the ominous smile, he looks horrifying.
Oh, that smile is kind of spooky, not gonna lie. Oh, yeah, I didn't notice that.
It's like an ominous grin. People are looking at him and they're saying, yo, like, I see why people think he's like the god of destruction. He looks menacing. Like, why is he fighting the war god? Like, what if Nika was a bad guy like 3,000 years ago? We don't know. Could be possible.
But yeah, like you said, generic. He is generic. I said the same thing. I was just like, I feel like this is like the biggest JARUL L because all he did was just like picture, I guess, what he looked like when he was younger because it just looks like younger JARUL to me.
That's what a lot of people are saying. They're like drawing up not even JARUL, but JARUL. They're like, dude, it looks like JARUL. Do you think he's just like giving clout to his old friend?
Or his old friend is a descendant of the god of war.
That'd be so crazy. Oh, wait. No, there's got to be somebody like that on this island, right? A descendant of the war god?
Well, I imagine
What
that'd be
if?
Estrid's family, right? Ancient
No.
giants. Oh,
Hajruden's family.
like the Ida side, or you're talking about like
The
the
Ida side, yeah.
uh Samoanai?
Mm.
Yes. So here's the
Mm.
thing, though. Um, People brought up chapter 116, and in that's where Dory and Brogy they talk about the god of war, and apparently the translations have it as also the god of Elbaph. So apparently Elbaph could be the person's name. Um,
Yeah.
and so that would mean that Elbaph was probably named after him. And he's the god of war because the place is Warland. So he was the god of Warland, and his name was Elbaph. And that's why Elbaph was named that way, because he was the strong one there. And then so I was thinking about that. I was like, so then would Samuanai be the Samuanai? Like, would that be like the name of the giant there or something like that? Like, maybe that's the case, and that's why there's like hatred amongst there were many
Yeah.
gods.
I wouldn't mind that because it does remind me of the Tontadas. Like the whole like, oh, Uso land, Luffy land. Maybe
Yeah,
that's like a hint.
yeah,
Like, yeah, back in the day, it's just like, hey, this is your place. It's now Warland or Elbaph or something.
yeah.
It's a good theory.
It's an interesting. I just to this day, every time we go back in the past with ancient giants, like this is like Jarl couldn't. Where's Oars come into play? Where are those ancient giants? Why are they not being? It's not representative, but like that was the first that we saw, and now they're just like very normal looking. Like, or is Oars like part of Loki's history somehow, or is he separate? Like, I'm not really sure where Oars fits in now.
The continent puller. Yeah, we don't ask that question.
He's the god of continents. Like, what? Yeah, maybe he did Oars. Like, here's the thing: what if Oars was a past Nidhogg user, and that's why they're the continent puller? When they died, the fruit left them, like something like that. Oh, and Oars died in ice, so
Yeah,
maybe
he died in
Ratatoskr.
ice.
So if Ratatusker's the ice squirrel, then could it be possible that Ors was a previous Nidhogg user?
And what, Ratatoskr didn't like him and said, hey, F you, buddy. Get
Or
frozen.
tried to like save him? Maybe he tried to save him. Maybe he freaked out. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh no, it's cold.
No,
Yeah,
I
starts
mean like
losing his
maybe
mind.
like Ors was about to die, and so he just like panic froze. Like Elsa, like Elsa couldn't control her freeze, and just froze everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the reverse of
Okay.
Ice Age,
Yeah.
the squirrel. It's like the squirrel that make. Yeah, this squirrel and that squirrel would have been best friends, because this squirrel could have saved that squirrel from 4 or 5 movies. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah. Shout outs to squirrels. Gotta love them, dude. I mean, it's also kind of interesting. Like, since this is like the OG Ratatoskr, I wonder if like the current Ragnar can look like that later, like full squirrel form. I mean, okay, well, I guess a better question would also just to be, how did Ratatoskr go into the weapon? Is it actually like possession, or is this devil fruit magic? Because like it's
I
so
think it's
long
devil
ago
fruit.
that anything's kind of possible.
Yeah, it's confusing because if this is first world, then there shouldn't be like I'm just chalking this up to like Jarl doesn't know all of the details because it's like in the past. So like some things
Yeah.
like are like not the exact situation, right? Like for example, he doesn't mention Nidhogg like literally in depiction. There's this guy, and we're said that he turns into the dragon, which is interesting because what he's saying is that the Nika back then, the sun god, locked horns with the dragon, but neither are in forms that make sense. Like he's a dude, he's not in dragon form, and Nika doesn't have horns. So how do they lock horns, right? So it almost implies that both of them have different forms. But you know, it's I think
Imagine the sun god of the past had the Elbaph outfit on.
yeah, I don't like it. based off of what Yarrow said, the picture doesn't reflect that. And but again, another interesting part is that like if Nika got turned into a fruit, Ratatoskr gets turned into a fruit. But then when we're talking about this situation, this would imply that the guy already has the Nidhogg fruit. But if this is a time when Nika's there, then can Nika like are devil fruits and Nika contemporaries, or did devil fruits come after Nika? Because I feel like a lot of people had assumed that it was like Nika gets turned into a fruit, and then that's when, all the fruits come into existence. But if it's like the fruits also existed back then, it's kind of interesting. Or it could be like he's a dragon that ate like the human fruit, and this is his human form. Like it could be something like that. I don't know. It's kind of interesting
Yeah.
nonetheless.
It's just hard to theorize because it's like we don't know what the world was like back then. Like we don't know anything about these guys, man. Like the world of One Piece definitely was very different back in the past. I mean, hell, even like with the mural, right? We saw skyscrapers in there and like a Willy Wonka torture machine. So yeah, it's hard to really guess.
I
But
just figured.
I guess now, oh, go for it.
I was gonna say. I just realized another trope, which is that dragons turning into like people and impregnating. And so, like, what if ancient giants are just dragon? They're just dragon people. Like, it was just the giants that they ended up with, but the original Nidhogg was a dragon, ate the human fruit, then made babies, and those are the ancient giants, which is why they like
Like the
Loki, for example.
Targaryens.
Yeah, and Loki has the eye, right? And that's supposedly from his ancient giant blood, not the devil fruit, right? That's what's interesting about it is that he had those eyes when he was born. So that implies that Nidhogg is in his lineage, right? To a certain extent, that kind of plays out that way if he has Nidhogg's eyes at birth. So it is maybe this is like weird incest, like like somehow Nidhogg made his best like perfect host body, and it's like himself. He gets to possess himself, like as a human. It's very interesting. I don't know what to think about that. Throw that idea out the window, guys. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't know. It reminds me of Shirahoshi, where it's like, oh yeah, like 900 years later, a mermaid princess is born. Like, I don't think it necessarily has to be like the incestuous route. It could just be like
Here's the
wills that
thing
just came into play.
that at least I think with Shirahoshi is that like because the main thing with fishmen is that their lineage is RNG. Like if you are a shark fishman
Yeah,
and a flounder fishman, I don't know, whatever, and you could have a seahorse fishman or an octopus fishman or mermaid, whatever. And so the way I look at Shirahoshi is that she's like a whiting fish, a Japanese whiting fish. So I like to think that that's what Poseidon originally was too. And that's why Shirahoshi has the powers. It's because the lineage recycled. Like finally that same fish came back into, the thing. So in that sense, it would be similar if with the Loki thing, Loki having the eyes, Shirahoshi being the same fish, um, could be something of the sorts. Obviously, Shiroshi's powers don't come from a fruit though, so but I do
not
think
yet.
that Loki is. I mean, it's weird to say I think because it's like people won't have the context. But I made a video about Pluton that was basically saying that Pluton's powers probably being able to turn day into night, and I had a whole video on it. And at the time, the only thing rational was the Emperor Cloud that did that. And again, in the video, I talk about why Pluton would make sense for that. But then now seeing Loki being so big, he could do that, and having the power that Pluton was said to have to be able to just blast an island to smithereens, he has that power outright. I feel like it could be that Pluton's just a mechanical dragon, like a mechanical version of what Loki is, which is why it's so like terrifying and deadly. And that would play out because like Vegapunk did make a dragon. So it's like if Frankie's aspiring to do that and the person prior to, Vegapunk did it better, then it could be that the dragon that they try, and we do have Vegapunk trying to recreate a dragon out of Kaido. So would the original Vegapunk try to recreate another type of dragon, which would be Loki, and create a Pluton? Which I don't know. It'd be kind of crazy. That would be insane. If you were able to do something like that, I could understand why Frankie was so befuddled by the blueprints in the first place. Like him and Iceberg were like, "Yeah, no, that's insane." You know what I mean? So,
Even
um,
Kaku and Lucci, they were like flipping through it. And it was like, whoa, Jesus Christ.
mhm.
Yeah, which I wonder if like Kaku and Lucci could like make it by memory. Because Frankie really did just like flip through all the pages in front of him. And it's like, huh, if they just have good memory, maybe they could just like fix it up.
And Frankie technically, like, this is what the dialogue said. It said that there was a like Frankie had counter Pluton, which was made to counter Pluton, and that's what the world, like the blueprints that they had were. So just in case they need to build it. So what if Frankie knows Loki's weakness because counter Pluton? Huh?
Huh.
That's I kind of I gotta think about that one more. That's actually because that would
Yeah.
be a good reason to have Frankie off. Not he's not here, right? He hasn't been here.
Yeah,
He's
Frankie's
actually
been
with
MIA for a
Vegapunk,
while.
and he's with Vegapunk most likely in a 3,000-year-old lab. Maybe like we don't
I mean, that's
necessarily.
not where we last saw him, but he could
Yeah,
be there,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, we saw Lilith there though. Right? That was the last
Lilith
place.
was there, and then last we saw with Frankie, he said that he was going to save the kids.
Yeah, yeah. Which obviously
Which
he saved the kids.
he's not doing.
Yeah, he's
He's
lying.
not here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so funny because even Ripley, who, you know, has been around for a couple of chapters, she said, Frankie, I'm going to follow you. And again, Frankie's just MIA.
maybe maybe there's something here with this. I don't know. That's interesting.
Maybe he never existed. How about this?
Bro, I
Frankie was
saw.
never in Elbaph.
Did you see that Instagram video I sent you?
No. I
There
never
was
opened Instagram. Let me see. What's up?
it was no, I sent it on Discord. I sent it on Discord. There's an Instagram video. It was talking about Loki in doing his flashback about Goon Valley, and he's telling this
Oh, I
story,
saw
and
that.
and the person who made the post is like, and he's making it up just like Law, and I just died laughing. I think they wrote that he's
A lot
obviously
of
making
people,
it up.
man. A lot of
That's
people
just
believe
so
Law made up
funny.
his backstory as a meme, of course, but it's good stuff,
I,
man.
I
What
just
if
assumed
Frankie
that
just
guy was the.
genuinely never existed?
I think that
How
would
would you
put me
feel
in
if
a
we found that out one
psychosis.
day?
That one
Like
of the
we
straw
just
hats
learn,
just
like boom, yeah, Frankie was never around.
damn. I think that would put me in a
What do we even do about
psychosis.
that?
I think we'd institutionalize the entire One Piece populace and study what kind of trauma that would do. I've been reading this series for 20 years to be gaslit. It's like, yep, he just wasn't there. If you go back through the entire thing, you can see that everything he did was just like not real. Like, what?
Yeah, that would be a big what the fuck moment. You gotta admit.
Yeah, like the biggest one I remember is when he suplexed the manager and kissed him. It's like we find out that was just Tantada's dressed up as a giant thing. It wasn't actually Frankie. Like they just took form of something. Damn, that'd be crazy. And the Tantadas could do that. They were strong enough. They just got
Every
vacuumed
opponent
up.
Frankie's ever fought, they're not real. Oda made them up to give this fake Frankie feats.
Chop the Emmy's lobby sticks out, right? Because then he tackles Chopper into the ocean. What if Chopper just fell?
Yeah, no, he slipped on a banana peel. He was near the kitchen, mind you.
Yeah.
I think this theory
And
has
then
legs.
and then we know that Sanji gets fire legs, so then when he burns up the blueprints, that wasn't Frankie, that was just Sanji jumping over, burning the blueprints and jumping back.
Ooh.
Just like he did in this
And
chapter
then,
with Robin, with the fire.
oh,
It's a
you might be
foreshadow,
wondering who
foreshadow.
made the Thousand Sunny. Actually, it was a Cloboterman.
We actually, yes, but it's funny because from what we saw, Iceberg did a lot, Iceberg was pushing
Oh,
P.
what you're about to say is that Iceberg did enough work for two men.
They don't call it the
Hmm.
tip of the iceberg for nothing. There's a
Yeah.
whole
You know what?
man under
This
there.
theory might go somewhere, guys.
Frankie's not real.
Yeah. The Frankie not real theory is going kind of hard right now. Stay tuned for more
Is it?
details on this. Yeah, it's right next to the Jinbei is gonna go put out the fires and help carry out the books with Robin
No, but
theory.
that one's
It's all
like
right there.
that one's not theory. That one's just preordained at this point, right? Like,
Yeah, that one's actually written in the Harley text, guys.
yeah. I mean, think about it. If Jinbei was at Ohara, the books would have been really safe. They got thrown into a lake, like the fire, and there was a lake right there. That was like Jinbei's perfect moment. Like, it's almost as if Robin wished there was a fisherman there, and now she has one.
It's so perfect. It's almost, some would argue too perfect.
Too perfect. And let's not forget that the world government just went back on the island and didn't look at the lake filled with books. Just by the way. Oh god, the entire lake too. It wasn't even just like parts. It was like visible from the top.
Oh, you know, be
Yeah.
a good theory
What?
if none of the books actually survived, and what's here in Elbaph are just imitations, like fake copies of them.
Yeah. Just the giants wrote them all really quickly. And Saul just shouted them.
Yeah,
It's just like read all the books, remembered them perfectly. Picture perfect memory.
like
That's what he did.
imagine because the Giants don't know how to read or write. Saul is over here like, okay, so the book about the cat in the hat, it's about this, cat that
He
has the
just
hat.
riffs
And
all
then
of
the
them.
Giants are just like scribbling, and then we get like a
Yo,
completely different story.
that's why the
Just
Harley text
metaphysics.
is just 3 pages out of an entire book. That's why it was just just an imitation.
Yeah, the
bro.
Giants just do not know anything. See,
That's
it all
the-
comes back to
that's
racism.
the accumulation of everything we said. Yeah, the Giants just don't know shit, bro.
The
I just
Giants are
can't.
just silly, man.
The Harley text was not 3 pages. Like that, I cannot be gaslit over that part. Like it was 3 paragraphs, and then Saul pulls out a giant book. That's just not real life. He has to be pulling our leg.
It's gonna be one of those One Piece things where, like, 500 chapters later, Robin's gonna be like, I read about this in the Harley text, and then she's gonna drop like 5 more paragraphs or something. We're gonna get hit with the Robin special.
Yeah, no, yeah, except this isn't a newspaper with our loved ones dying on it. This is definitely more important. Like, Robin was just like, don't you want to know about your friends? It's like, no. And then she's like reading the most heinous shit. Like, she's like, yep, this guy died. It's like, you sure, Luffy? Yeah, no, I'm good. It's like, no, tell his ass. Like, what the hell, Robin? And then meanwhile, we're talking about the Harley that she comes up to like, oh yeah, Saul only read 3 pages. There was like 45 more pages. And I'm like, what? That'd be so nuts.
I mean, that's what the poneglyphs are. She's done that before with the poneglyphs. Just, hey, yeah, so the poneglyph in Alabasta, it said that you guys have Pluton here. It's like, wait, what? Huh? It's like 1,000 chapters later.
Yeah, oh my god.
We just accept it.
Oh.
We like I said, we just gotta take it on the chin. We roll with it. We have fun with it. That's all it is. We're thinking too hard.
It's a good time.
You know what? More of the
a good
Harley
time.
text will pop up when we least expect it.
Yeah. We just
when it
find out
becomes
that,
relevant
like,
again.
Yeah. What if Robin has to decipher the other pages? That's why they're just like haven't been translated.
Oh,
They're like new chapters. Yeah. Yeah.
What if they're like
Something like
hieroglyphics?
that.
Like, it's not actually text. It's just like images. Because giants can't read or write.
At that point, it would be interesting if they took the Harley book out of the library and it shrunk. right? Because then it would mean that it's not an Elbathian book. That'd be kind of interesting.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't think the Giants have ever tested that one.
No one's taking the book out of the library, I guess.
Yeah. Do you think Biblo would stop you if you try to take a book out of the library?
No, but I just realized why the Giants probably. This is why the Giants have such a scattered mindset about what Nika is. It's because they can't take the book out of the library because it's a small book. So if they take it out, then they can't
Hmm.
read it. Yeah, so that's why they don't really know what the Harley texts even say. Not most of them go to the library. That's what it is.
They can't find their way
Yeah,
over there.
I went to the library recently. It's
Yeah, it
pretty
makes
dope.
sense.
It's crazy. Check some books out.
Yeah, shout outs to those librarians, man.
Yeah, shout outs.
Shout outs, brother. So, let's see here. Where are we in this chapter? Oh yeah, we talked about all that stuff. Nidhogg reveal, God of War, pretty cool stuff. Ratatosker. So, are you expecting an eagle?
Yeah.
And why is it Hajruden?
It's not hired in yet, but the logic was that someone commented it's hired in, and I laughed at them. By the end of it, I saw that hired in was most likely the next eagle, and I think hi okay, I mean I said this on your spoiler channel, so it's gonna sound weird to people here. I mean it sounded weird then too. It was just that I think that JARUL's it. I mean, I think the standard idea is that it's Shanks because Shanks beat Loki. But the way I thought about it is like the eagle is supposed to be like the representation of like the knowledge of the current world and how it like works and whatever. Because the eagle has a hawk. That hawk goes around the world, gathers information, and the eagle sits on top of the Yggdrasil tree. And the Ratatusker is going back and forth between Nidhogg and the eagle, communicating. And the way I look at it as the Nidhogg is the new, the eagle is the oldest person on the island is Yarul. And he literally said that on his way to Harold's thing. He said that he believes that the young should lead. And so, like, for a lot of reasons, he's the wisdom. He's literally the de facto, like, the leader that, like, Emu chose. And when you think about it, Emu's, like, out here, like, Nidhogg. Oh my God. Well, first of all, it's kind of silly that they didn't rationale that, like, Nidhogg would be on Elbaph. But Nidhogg's on here, Ratatusker's here. Like, Elbaph having Jarl, the oldest person that sits on top of the tree with all the wisdom, everybody goes to him, and Emu's targeting Jarl when like we know that the other part that Hajruden gave us was that Jarl was also known as one of the strongest things on the seas 300 years ago. And it's like maybe he had the fruit, and that could be why he knows a little bit about the lore. It's just disjointed. Nobody, if someone could pass Ragnar's test, then they could be the trio, but no one did. And so the way it's supposed to go is that Ragnarok destroys the tree, and the eagle is sitting on an ash tree, which could mean that the tree is burnt or the type of tree. And so again, the way I see it is that the eagle gets taken over by the Nidhogg. The Nidhogg ushers in the new, and that new person would be Hajruden. Because, and the reason why I say that is for a lot of reasons, but the chatter said that, the commenter said that. But then I realized Ida literally said that Hajruden would be the next oldest giant. And it's like that was such a random line. But if there were some throne or some capacity in which Yarul held and he could pass it on, then I'm sure it goes to Hajruden. So I just thought of the coolest version, which would be the eagle. And it could make sense. Like he wouldn't be as strong as he used to be, but it could be that he actually has some like gusto behind him. Like when he activates, it'll be like Neptune. Neptune came out with one crazy strong move and then broke his back. Like Yarul at the end of the day, like he does give off like mythical zone vibes. He has a goddamn sword stuck in his head and he's fine. Like surely regeneration, like mythical zones are being known for like higher healing factors. So it's like I imagine something's there, but That's why I think it's Hajruden technically, and I think that would be very cool for Hajruden to get a power up at the end of Elbaph, because if Jarl's supposed to die in this arc, then that would be a cool thing that Hajruden could inherit, would be the eagle. And he also plays that role too because he was traveling most of the flashback around the world gathering knowledge. So it works out for a lot of reasons. Shout outs to that commenter. I pinned their chat in the thing too. Yeah.
Yeah. I really wanted to be hired in just so we could stop making fun of him.
Yeah.
Like I wish him the best, man. Just whether it's a devil fruit or maybe even just the sword, I just something, brother. Make him be the eagle. How do you feel about the theory? So we talked about Shanks, Hajruden. How do you feel about the theory about Usopp being the eagle?
Nah, he's the hawk, bro. But the thing is, if Hajruden, yeah, I feel like Usopp would be the hawk in that situation because the eagle sends
Yeah.
out hawks, and so Usopp is more the guy who teaches Hajruden about the world, which could be a problem. But oh wait, that's actually cracked because Usopp's full of lies, and so he would like exaggerate the world, which would be perfect for One Piece. It would like open up like the possibilities of the world. I think that actually works out kind of well. That's what's cool about the eagle thing. Eagle's very nebulous in Norse mythology in that way because there's not much written about it, and whatever is there is kind of vague. Whereas Nidhogg was probably the most cemented. Ratatoskr was the one where like Ice Squirrel, I don't know where that comes from, but Eagle is very nebulous, very very nebulous, and it also plays into another way, in the sense of people. Some people might have known this, but my Discord channel is called the World Tree because I modeled it after Yggdrasil a long time ago, and so my mods are birds because that was what the eagle. They're the knowledgeable one about the server, so you message them or whatever, and I made the top mod an owl because they were supposed to have the most knowledge. And Oda put an owl at the top of the tree to have it's literally called a library, like it's the library owl. It's sitting in the library. So it's like it feels like Oda is doing something along those routes, like as meaningful but also impactful thing. I just wonder if Biblo is something, but yeah, Harden I think fits really well as as annoyed, not annoyed, but as annoyed of him that I sounded, I really do like this eagle route for him. I like it a lot. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm down, dude. I am down. So, let's see here. After that, we cut back to our day, current day. We see that Ragnar chose Loki. Loki goes in for a Thunderheim attack, Thunder Realm. He shoots a big ball of lightning. We see it is imbued with black, I'm assuming Conqueror's hockey. Let's just give it to him. And all of the nightmare monsters, or at least the ones we see, are gone. They're all split into 1,000 pieces. And Emu is watching. No Brook. Again, one of those things that we just kind of forget. Brook's not even here. Brook also, just like Frankie and Dorian Broggy, never existed. And Emu is talking about Nidhogg, saying, yes. So it was here. It was here. It was here all along. And we see that Marie Joie seemingly looks fine. Of course, when Emu described Marie Joie, they said it was in a sea of flames. It looks like a regular day there. Maybe it's one of those things where like you pan around and it is on fire. But based on the images we're looking at right here, I mean, it's just a regular Tuesday. What do you
There's
think
no
about that?
smoke. Yeah, I mean, there's
No
no
smoke?
smoke. It doesn't look like a fire. The whole Nidhogg thing is incredibly silly to like the lore of it, the idea of it. Like Emu, I mean, this is one of those moments where it's like, did Emu lose IQ points? I don't know, but I think it makes it even more silly. For two reasons. One, if Emu stayed like 5 seconds longer, Emu would have found out about the fruit through Harold. But then also the other silly part, and I think it's less silly when you just think about this on its own, is that it's very interesting because all the lore about Nidhogg and its location Rox seemingly knew. Rox knew that Harold had to eat it. So that's very intricate lore because he had not been on Elbaph, yet he knew about that. And then secondly, he knew where it was, which apparently Emu didn't know where it was. So that's two things that Rox like very like is similar to Blackbeard, knowing knowledge when it should not be accessible. Somehow Rox knew of it, which makes you wonder, is that a Davy clan thing? And if yes, how does Blackbeard also have this like same set of knowledge where like Blackbeard, we know now, had no real direct connection to Rox because Rox died at the age of 2 and for Blackbeard. And so unless his mom had like all the lore, all the details, which she did know of his plan. She's like, "Oh, like I because of me, you're forced to face your plans like earlier or something like that." Which all of it just plays out very interesting to the Davy stuff. Like, what do they know? How do they know it? Is it quite literally like the Uchiha stone block thing that me and Sai like constantly laugh about? But like, it's feeling like that somehow. Like they have, and I had a theory about this, which was it's like an Enel it looks like an Enel thing, but it's basically the ancient punk records where I was saying that it might be that there's an ancient version of punk records. If all of the things that Vegapunk did was something that happened in the past at a grander scale, then it's likely that that thing exists. And so what would be the ancient Kingdom's version of punk records? And basically the video is postulating that Joy Boy had one or there just was one, and if there was one, then Blackbeard had access to it or found like has access to it. And at the time I didn't know about the Davy clan, but now I would just go as far as say it's like it would be no different than how the minks look at the moon and can turn into Sulong minks through some like they say they got possessed by a feral ancestor. And it's like, okay, so what would it be like if you had a pool of knowledge that Blackbeard's somehow tapping into, and yet maybe the entire Davy clan's able to, which is probably why they're so problematic for world government. What do they hate? They hate information. They hate people with information. And so Blackbeard would be public enemy, or Davy Clan would be public enemy number one. Anybody who has that information would be deadly. So that was an old theory, not as painted, because I didn't have the Davy Clan part. But the question of is would be where that pool of knowledge is. Is it just on Hachinosu or whatever? But again, it is an interesting thing that Emu didn't know that Nidhogg was here. It's kind of odd. It's kind of odd.
Yeah. It just makes you wonder. But then again, people are saying that fruits have a will of their own. So maybe, I know it's going to sound a little bit goofy, but maybe Nidhogg gave Emu the roundabout. Like, oh, Nidhogg appears like in the South Blue, so Emu was only searching in the South Blue. But somehow, some way, it made its way to Elbaph. It's like the cat came back. Have you ever heard that
Even
story?
though the previous user was the ancient giant of ancient giants who was probably named Elbaph and and was the god of war.
No. What I'm saying is that the fruit initially spawned in the South Blue, and let's say Emu heard like 1,000 reports of people saying, "Oh, Emu sama, fruit in East Blue, South Blue," and then Emu's like, "Oh, let's search over there." Emu says, "I thought it would be an Elbaph, but I guess I'm mistaken. Thank you for the report, Saint Saturn." Saint Saturn's the one who. Oh, Saint Saturn's the one who sent Emu on the goose chase. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That point,
Emu says, "Saturn, you're my most trusted confidant. Where do you think the Nidhogg fruit spawned? I think Elbaph." And Saint Saturn says, "Jaya."
I just love because either way, even asking the question is so silly. Like, where did Elbaph's fruit go? Because if the guy's name was Elbaph, the person who had, where did Elbaph's? Surely it's not on Elbaph. Like Emu's next line here is like, huh, who would have thought that Elbaph's fruit was to be on Elbaph? Like, there's no way that like it's so silly in the
We
anime.
got to see the
It just,
conversation, man.
I
No.
love the
What if it's one of
IQ
those things?
point nerf.
Okay. Emu is the only one who believes that it was in Elbaph, but let's say he brings it up to the Gorsei and they all laugh at him.
No,
So it says, you know, guys, forget about it.
it'd be the opposite. Remember with Mother Flame, the Gorosei were the ones that gave sound. Let's do it in the middle of the ocean where it doesn't affect anybody. And Emu's like, nope, outside my window right now, baby. Like straight up, just acted like a toddler. And it's like maybe it was Emu that like they all were like, oh, Nidhogg is gonna be on Elbaph. And he was like, why would it be there? Why would it stay on Elbaph, guys? And the Gorosei can't, like, it's like, oh, no, he's onto something. Why would it? Why would Nidhogg will itself to stay there, guys? It has a will. Why would it stay on its user's island? That makes no sense. Like, they gaslit themselves to listen to Emu. I think that would be the way that it went down, as per the Mother Flame conversation. Damn. Every time we think of like how to fill in the gaps, and it feels okay, but obviously there's not enough page for the manga to reflect these ideas.
Yeah, it's not happening. Like, we could have the best ideas known to mankind. Whatever me and Par say, I'm gonna be so serious, guys. Whatever me and Par say, think that the opposite's gonna happen. Believe in the opposite.
Divide it by 17 pages or whatever, however many pages, and realize, no, a 4-hour podcast episode is not gonna be the manga panels. Oh god, somewhere
it's just gonna be one of those things, dude.
One of them, maybe one of them. I know Recycle Cur's still on the waiting list, but you know, this episode definitely got something.
Recycle Cur hasn't left us yet. It's still in our hearts.
Yeah, you could say that it's power to be recycled.
You know, somebody said something the other day. They said, Par, Sai, what if Oda was going to do the Recycle Cur idea until he heard about your theory?
Oh, no.
And I'm gonna be honest, I haven't slept ever since in the same.
Yeah. I just started talking less, dreaming less.
Yeah, somebody also said that for the ANGE theory. They said, Sai, what if Oda always wanted to make ANGE a villain, but then he heard about your theory and he changed his mind? I was like, no way. Like, I love that you guys believe in it, like, more than me almost, but guys, that theory was, it's still in the works, but, you know, I don't think Oda pays attention to what we have to say by any means.
Yeah. That'd be so funny if that was like, Oda just, I can see it right now. Oda's writing like about Ange on a notebook. An editor comes in, having just watched our thing, looking at these notes and starts ripping this. Don't do this. Two stupid Americans came up with this.
They found it again.
Oh God, Oda's just like, no, another one.
Oh,
another.
We're public enemy number one. Exactly. We are public enemy number one. Oda hates us.
Oh, he has us up like shoplifters at Target, you know, just has our picture in the back, just in his studio. Just he has a knife dartboard like Emu. That'd be crazy.
Exactly.
I could see Oda doing that. Not to us, but to people. I could see him like he's like Kishimoto, you know. Hokazono.
No, he's good friends with Kishimoto. He wouldn't do that.
Well, I mean, now they were, but my God, he like with Detective Conan's author Aoyama. Oda literally told him to his face, "It's like, yeah, I could never stomach reading your series because it was competing with mine." And I'm like, damn, Oda, why'd you say it like that? And that was recently. He said that like straight face to him. It was after Film Red. So
he was just being honest, you know. If anything, honesty is a really good quality to have.
Yeah, he was like,
I'd rather him do that than lie to our face, you know.
That's true. Oda's straightforward. That was the moral of every like quantum theory we came up with. Is Oda's just a straight shooter kind of guy. You just gotta ignore some things here and there. Just straight shoot. That's what Oda does.
Yeah.
Shoot straight. No
We
bends.
were making mistakes by thinking too hard.
Yeah, yeah. This is shonen. This is shonen. This isn't like the MCU phase 17, you know?
Yeah, this
Keep it
isn't like
real,
the
you know?
Scarlet Witch TV show where we're, prophesizing like Mephisto coming in every episode.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's
So
perfect.
let's see here. Last things last, but will Emu stay on this island or will he leave?
I think Emu gets ejected, just like the
Like
Gorsei
how
did.
soon? Like next chapter?
I don't know about how soon, because there's two ways. Either it's soon, right? Like it's like a Luffy Loki release enough conquers and it just pushes them out, right? Because we saw the Joy Boy thing, and I know the famous line is that was as strong as red hairs, or almost as strong as some people might have taken that as. But you know, where if Luffy and Loki combine conquer hockey, like I feel like it'd be enough to do imitate what pushed the Gorsei out back into the Holy Land. And so if they do release that, I could see Emu getting ejected via combat, but not like full combat. It's like that might be a reason why Emu has to fight through proxies in the first place. Like with Saturn, it's like, oh, I need if I take too much of this Conquer's hockey from all of these Conquer hockey users, then I'll just be ejected. So I need to turn one of them and I'll turn rocks, right? It could be something like that. Or it could be like something passive like Gunko accident like an example was Usopp does something that scares Gunko and then that fear loosens Emu's control and then boom, something between Brook and Conquer's hockey pushes Emu out. Like it could be something like that. Or Brook could do it inherently. Um, we don't necessarily know. Like Brook could play Bink Sake, and then Gunko starts crying, and then Conquer's hockey hits him, and then Emu's ejected. Right? It could be that, but I think that Emu gets ejected. I feel like that's the best way for us to save Emu's reputation. You can't get like that's not something you can really be. That's like a mechanic, you know. I feel like that's understandable. It would be more broken if they just withstand Conquerors hockey like that, you know? There has to be some weaknesses
Yeah,
somewhere.
I
Yeah.
agree. There's got to be some weakness, especially since this isn't the real Emu. Like if it was, then yeah, I think Emu's like staying, fighting, destroying everything. But
Yeah.
we got to get Emu out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? How does the song go? Like, this isn't your time. This isn't your time.
Mm. Yeah, that's is that an original?
No, no. There's like a song by like that one dude like William Defoe.
In the what? The Green Goblin?
Yeah, back when he did music for a while.
Oh, I had no idea. Is that the tune or were you just like that's an
I think that was
ominous
the tune.
song. It isn't your time, and he sang it in that tune. Whoa, who was this about? Oh my god! It almost sounds like he was the Green Goblin already.
We don't ask those questions, Par. That's one of the top mysteries in the world. Who was the song targeted towards? Whose time is it?
Yo, that's on some like David, you know, that's on some that level. We gotta check some closets, dude.
Yeah, we got to find out what the hell is going on there.
That's no
So,
one checked.
yeah, all these songs are kind of fascinating. One day. I think they're still investigating. I don't know that story anymore. It's been a while.
Oh, the David one. Yeah, yeah.
The
I think he
David
got
story,
arrested.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that.
Hmm.
With surprise.
It's not confirmed yet, right?
Spoil-
Like it's still like a mystery.
Spoilers. I mean, to the police, it seems like it was a mystery. It took like
Hey, hey,
seven
hey. He
months or
only made a couple
something.
of songs about killing her, and they
Yeah.
only found her in the car, his car, while he was on tour. But
Outside of
her
his
body was
place that he
apparently on ice or
stopped
something.
is that he stopped renting conveniently. Like, yeah, it's just there. Yeah, there wasn't just like one or two or three or four or five. There was like 50 reasons, and they were like, "Nah, bro."
I
Let
think
him
there was
walk.
also a thing where he said that he didn't know her, and then he like mentions her name in song like multiple times, and there's like pictures together or something. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
funny.
Well, in secret. And then he talks about the alternate personality that he has that literally does exactly what he said it would do. And it's like, yeah, if I it was basically the OJ Simpson, but like in reverse. He did the this
Oh,
is
if I
why
did it,
this is yeah, if I did it, but he did it before. Like, yeah, as an alternate personality. It'd be like if OJ
I mean,
Simpson
in a
was
weird
also
way, he
apple
kind of like
juice.
foreshadowed the murder. He's like, is he Oda?
Izzy Oda is
Yeah,
crazy.
he might take Oda's title for like foreshadow master.
Well, his alternate personality was like Itachi, right? It was like the name was
Something
literally
like that. He like
something.
anime.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you think
Obvious.
he listens to the Parcast?
Anymore or still? I'd hope not
No,
anymore.
imagine that.
We're
Dude,
listened to in
imagine.
prison. If
Yeah.
if you're
Oh,
listening
dude.
from
He's like,
prison,
guys,
comment below.
I I will spill the beans. Just let me have the Parcast.
That would be crazy. Yeah.
We
Have
gain
you
so much
ever
street cred.
because there are a lot of like cellular devices in prison. Like that's a thing, right? We might
Yeah.
have some prison viewers, like someone for if you're
That's
in
cool,
prison,
dude.
let us know in the comments. Don't say which prison because I don't know if what where they might track, but like just say prison. You don't have to even say you were just put it in code.
Yeah, be innocuous about it.
Yeah. But let us know. That's kind of cool. I know we have a few truckers. That was pretty cool to find out because
Yeah, we have a lot of
50-50.
truckers because we have like long conversations, which granted this is about to be the shortest episode, like 2 hours, but
Wait,
yeah.
really? I mean, my stream was pretty short too, but I feel like we talked about so much.
Yeah, this is just one of those chapters where like it's a good chapter. It's
Yeah.
just that not a lot necessarily happens. Like we knew Loki was a dragon, right? Like last week, that was like the cliffhanger. We assumed that
Mhm.
Nidhogg is a very viable route.
Yeah, true.
And that's pretty much it. Like we spent a lot of it just explaining things, wrapping up Saint Somers. Like
Yeah.
if anything, this chapter brought more questions than answers. So there's not too much to talk about.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Damn. When you put it like that, it's like we
Yeah,
actually know what we're talking about a little bit. Like,
in a weird way.
yeah, in a weird way.
But with that being said, we're gonna go and call it here. It is late at night. Thank
Yeah.
you guys so much for tuning in to the Parcast as per usual. You all take care, and you know exactly where to find Par. You can find him at Parvision over on YouTube. He live streams the chapter whenever it drops, usually on Fridays, Friday afternoons. And yeah, one day he'll get back to making videos. It's in the works, as he said to me in private the other day.
Oh yeah, I did.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Like, yeah.
But yeah.
Thank you.